one and only Ivan. So we had two discussion questions. Yeah. So Ivan has many friends: Bob, the stray dog, and then Julia, the daughter of the trainer George, and Stella, the elephant. And then, how does the friendship with these guys influence Ivan? So Julia, she's the daughter of George. She's very creative, so they share a hobby of drawing together. And when Ivan draws something, Julia completely, values and appreciates it. And that's why Ivan feels very important and valued. So Julia is a very thoughtful friend. And Bob, the stray dog, he is full of personality and he's very independent. And then he says that I don't want to belong to any human. I'm a wild beast. That's what he says. So although he sounds very, full of energy, he keeps company with Ivan all the time. Yeah, so he's a true friend because he's there for him 24/7. And Stella, she has suffered a lot. She was working at the circus and that's how she badly injured her leg, but she stays very calm and strong and she comforts Ivan at night when Ivan cannot go to sleep. So she's like a source of, strength, mental strength for Ivan. And then I have an experience of not like the friendship with, my peers, but when I was in the US, when I went to college, for the first time when I was 20 years old, and I had a lot of problem, communicating because my English was not good at that time. But I started having a part-time job at a restaurant and at a cafe, and then nobody called me by my Korean name. I didn't have an English name then. My Korean name is Jimin, but none of my professors and none of my friends and peers, they never tried to memorize my name. But then there was one old guy at the restaurant that I was working at. He remembered my name right away, and then he started calling me by that name, and he always gave me a warm smile, and that meant a lot. So even a little kindness can make a huge difference in a person's life. So I had that coworker, and I had another coworker at the cafe. That's why I was able to, pull through the difficult times when I studied in the US. Okay. Oh, so Ruby, the little elephant arrived at the zoo. And then Ivan thought that, oh, Stella, you must be very excited because a new elephant is coming and she's a baby. But what was Stella's reaction to that, everybody?
Not happy.
I'm not happy at all. I'm actually sad that an elephant is coming. That's because she experienced a lot of pains and a lot of mistreatment as an animal locked up. So she knew that the same kind of experience was waiting for little Rubies. That's why she was saddened by the fact that a new elephant was coming. Yeah. So, but when Ruby was, like trembling in the truck, not being able to get out, and George was threatening little Ruby with a broom, raising the broom, Stella rushed to Ruby and then protected her. Stella herself, she's suffering a lot. She's going through a lot of pain at the moment, but standing up for a weaker creature than herself, that shows her a lot of courage, and that shows a lot of nobility. So this reminded me of the concentration camp. Do you guys know what a concentration camp is? 아우슈비츠 들어봤어? 아우슈비츠? During World War II.
거기서 학살?
맞아, 학살했잖아, 그렇죠? So during World War II, a lot of Jews were locked because of Hitler, the Germany. But then all of the prisoners, they were very weak, but some prisoners looked after the little ones and then the weaker ones who had illnesses. So this reminded me of Auschwitz concentration camp because she is a prisoner as well, right? But then she has that courage and nobility to take care of the younger ones and then the weaker ones. Yeah, so it proved that you can stand up for other people even in the most stressful and then the toughest situations. Okay, so let's practice for 1 minute altogether, 45 seconds altogether. 이제 2명 정도 우리 발표할 거예요. 좋아요. 그럼 다 같이 연습하겠습니다. Ready, set, start. Okay, so Ivan has 3 friends, best friends at the zoo, and they share amazing friendship with each other, and that's what keeps Ivan strong throughout this ordeal. I had a similar experience in the US, and that's what kept me strong during those times. And when Stella ran towards Ruby and tried to protect her and shield from the violence, the possible violence from the zoo owner. It was very touching and it was very inspiring because Stella, even Stella herself, is going through such difficulty because one of her legs is badly bleeding, but then she put Ruby, the weaker creature, in front of her to protect her. Okay, so 그러면 선생님이 이거 만드는 동안 한 번 더 연습하세요. 한 번 더 마지막으로 Ready, set, start.
Bob the dog with the mask and
오케이. 그럼 선생님 한 번 더 해볼게. 설정 완료, 추첨하기. 좋아. 오케이. 좋아요. 그러면은 도와하는 동안 다른 분들은 소리는 내지 마시고 연습하세요. 다음에 걸릴 수 있으니까. 오케이. 도와. Ready, set, start.
So Julia is a George's daughter, and I think she's kind because she like gives Ivan a stuffed animal and a crayon and a paper. And Julia has a creative idea of drawing. And when I was Julia, I'll rest at home with my mom and watch TV. Julia
Visits the zoo.
And help her dad, so I think she is a kind daughter. And
okay, so you thought that the character Julia was very impressive because she even shared her favorite favorite toy, the stuffed animal, and by giving the crayon and paper, she respected Ivan as an artist, not just a gorilla. I mean, also she's helping out her dad. Not playing at home or not doing other stuff. So she's a very thoughtful character. Very nice. 오케이. 한 명만 더 해볼 거예요, 여러분. 오케이. 계속 추첨. 남현 학생. 남현 학생 할 때 막 연습 안 하고 멀뚱멀뚱하고 있거나 아니면 가방 싸고 막 그런 학생 있으면은 남아서 쌤이랑 따로 할게요. 다들 열정적으로 열심히 연습하는 모습 보여주세요. 오케이. Now to talk. Everyone practice silently. Okay, ready, set, start. 잠깐만. 다른 사람은 소리 내면 안 돼. 현우만 소리 낼 수 있어. Ready, set, start.
I think Ivan's friend Bob, Julia, and Stella gave a positive effect for Ivan because I think the true friends doesn't need to be good at sports or studying. I think the true friends just need to give us to laugh because if we don't have someone to talk with, it's very boring and we could have this sadness. So I think we don't need to have a friend that has
that was a very good idea. The other thing is that a true friend is not somebody who's necessarily talented academically or athletic talent. I mean, those friends tend to be popular, but a true friend is somebody who's really positive. And then somebody who brings good vibes and good atmosphere and then lighten up your mood rather than somebody who's like constantly complaining, but somebody who's very fun to be around. Okay, that was wonderful. 좋아요. 그러면 여러분 소설 토론지 이름 썼어? 이름 썼어? 이름 써. 똑 뜯어. 똑 뜯어서 제출해 대. 그리고 그냥 제출해 대세요. 아니 제출해 대라고. 자 그리고 여기 이름 써져 있는 사람 수아, 현우, 하유, 정우, 유나, 세빈, 수아. 이거 문장 제시는 다음 시간에 보세요. 그렇죠? 요거 다 했어, 세빈이? 오케이. 44에서 45. 세빈이 가. 조심하세요. 이름 부른 사람 빼고는 다 가셔도 돼요. 오케이. 바이바이. 예, 예진 지쪽. 그 30분 쉬는 시간 하고 오시면 되는데요. 밖에 가셔도 되고, 아니면은 여기 바로 이 유리 너머 교실 있잖아요. 저희 이제 애들 빠질 거예요. 저기서 30분 쉬셔도 되고, 30분 쉬고 오세요, 선생님. 예.
아, 근데 타이를